I'm going to give a random subscriber $50,000 to trade with, where at the end of 30 days, they get to keep all the profits. And if they lose the money, we'll worry about that later.
This is fine.
My goal is to take somebody struggling in the markets, give them my exact money-making blueprint, and coach them every single week, hopefully leading to their best month ever. The only thing we have to worry about is tariffs, inflation, Trump, interest rates. That should be fine. Step number 1, we need to find our lucky subscribers. So I head to the Discord, went in the free chat, and asked anyone if they wanted to trade a $50,000 account for the month. And the chat exploded. Then I reviewed dozens of interviews, and that's when I found Kyle.
I quit my job back in October. I am married and have 3 kids. I've been options trading full time for the last 6 months. It has not gone as I would have liked it to go. I've made quite a few mistakes in this first 5 to 6 months of trading and down quite a bit in my accounts. And so this would be a huge win if I could be a part of this challenge and to learn from one of the best.
So Kyle quit his job 6 months ago and hasn't made money from the markets. He's got 3 kids, he's got a wife, and I instantly wanted to work with him because 6 years ago, I was in the same boat. I quit my job and I struggled the day that happened. Couldn't make any money in the markets, and it took me years to find the system I use today. That's why I want to work with Kyle, implement the system, and see if I can turn around his trading. And I asked Kyle, listen, if you made $5,000 to $10,000 with what I'm teaching you in the next 30 days, what would you do with it? And Kyle's been putting off a trip to Hawaii with his family, and he said that's where he would go. So my goal is to help Kyle become a profitable trader and go to Hawaii with his kids. Let's see if we can make that happen. The only thing I'm worried about is Kyle going to put in the work? Are the markets going to cooperate? And can we hit the profit to hit his goals and get him to Hawaii? So it's day 1 and Kyle has put $50,000 of my money into the markets. I'm a little nervous and we needed to make some safety parameters. So all of it didn't go into Bitcoin or MSTR or GameStop because I don't know Kyle that well. So the rules were pretty simple. We could only put $5,000 into leap options, 10 grand into stock, $15,000 in short-term CSPs, cash secured puts, and then 20 grand into longer-term CSPs. With the money allocated this way, in a good market, we could see 10 to 20% return, which could put Kyle on the path to making enough money to go to Hawaii and have his best month ever as a trader. Now drum roll here for the trade that went into the account. 5 grand into Airbnb leap options, where we wrote covered calls on half the position, which is going to guarantee $160 of income for 30 days out. So that's nice. The stock we picked out was MSFU, which is a 2x Microsoft leveraged ETF. We bought 300 shares and wrote covered calls on all of those, which is a guaranteed $174 of passive income. On top of that, 2 cash secured put positions, like I said, short-term, long-term, TSLL, NVDL, which is the Tesla and NVIDIA 2x leveraged funds. These are going to hopefully bring us in $1,000 for Tesla and almost 2 grand on NVDL. If just all these trades hit in the next 30 days for the options we're selling, Kyle's going to make a clean $3,000. And if the stock cooperates, if the leaps cooperate, Kyle could have another $3,000 off that, leading to a $6,000 or $7,000 or $8,000 month. The week 1 update. To be honest, it is so bad. It's a dumpster fire. We are down $15,000, a 30% drop in my portfolio, all because of reciprocal tariffs that Trump announced.
I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs,
sinking the stock market 10% in a single week.
Stocks plunge yet again today.
And to put this under perspective, We've only had 10% drops in a week in the last 50 years. So the chance of Kyle seeing this happen in the first week of our 30-day challenge was less than 0.2%. At one point, I was about to text Kyle to end the challenge and give up on this because I was too afraid to show you on YouTube what actually happened. Then I thought about Kyle going to Hawaii with his kids, playing in the ocean, a trip of a lifetime, and I couldn't give up on him. I had one last trick up my sleeve that could result in portfolio destruction or round-trip tickets to Hawaii. So I met with Kyle and I did the unthinkable. We sold all the losing trades and started from scratch. We performed what I call a risk rotation. This will blow your mind. It's where you exit your cash secured puts, which is the only thing we put in Kyle's portfolio minus a small leap position. And we go from selling puts to buying stock. And the reason why this is a powerful move is because when you sell a put, you have a limited upside. Kyle could only make 20% even with the loss he saw on those trades he took. So when we move to a stock position, the upside is unlimited, which means not only can we make the losses back, but we could actually see a profitable month for Kyle doing this correctly. So the new portfolio consisted of $20,000 in the TQQQ, $13,000 in the SOXL, and $10,000 in the MSTX. The goal is to wait for a generous pop on all of the stocks, sell covered calls, and hopefully exit using those covered calls by holding the stock through expiration. The fate of Kyle's portfolio and his trip to Hawaii rests in the hands of Trump, and we'll keep you updated. How much money did Kyle make at the end of the 30-day challenge, or did he lose money? As you know, we locked in $7,000 of losses in the first week, and we held 3 names for the last 3 weeks, writing covered calls on every single 10% pop in the market. MSTX, we were able to write 3 covered calls and exit the stock for a profit, leading to $1,600 of profit in one single play. Next here was Soxel, our second rotation, where we wrote 3 covered calls, leading to almost $3,000 of covered call premium, plus the stock was exited for a $2,500 profit. In the last play, we rotated into TQQQ. This was 2 covered calls, leading to $2,500 of covered call income, and then $2,500 of stock appreciation. The total of everything on the chart here is $4,000 for Kyle in his 30-day challenge. We were down $15,000 at one point, but we got into a profit with that one move I showed you. More importantly, if you want to be Kyle, if you want me to coach you, head to our Discord with the link below and drop me an application video. Tell me why you deserve to be the next 30-day challenge contestant, and I would love to coach you. And that's a wrap for this challenge. We sent Kyle all the way to Hawaii with his family, and he's gonna make some memories of a lifetime. And I'm so pumped to allow him to have a consistent month, have his first profitable month, and more importantly, have some money that he can use on vacation. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as I'm showing you little glimmers of what's inside the coaching program, helping you be profitable on a daily basis on this channel. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.